When you think of Hallmark movies, you probably imagine cozy fires, snowy backdrops, heartwarming romance, and happy endings. But behind the warm glow of A Winter Princess, one of Hallmark's most charming winter love stories, was a brewing storm no one expected. In January 2019, A Winter Princess premiered to glowing reviews. Viewers instantly fell in love with Natalie Hall's elegant portrayal of Carly, a secret royal working incognito at a ski resort. Chris McNally, as the charming Jessie, made audiences swoon. The snow, the smiles, the spark, it all looked perfect. But what if we told you that behind the curtain of fairy lights and snowflakes, the reality was far darker? Multiple sources from the production have now come forward, years later, revealing that the set of A Winter Princess was far from the winter wonderland we saw on screen. From day one, the atmosphere on set was described as tense. While Natalie Hall and Chris McNally portrayed romance effortlessly in front of the camera, off-camera they were like strangers, or worse, rivals. One former assistant director recalls, "They didn't talk. Not unless it was necessary. When they rehearsed lines, it was stiff, cold, even mechanical." Rumors began circulating that Natalie was frustrated with Chris's laid-back approach, feeling that he lacked the emotional depth she wanted to bring to her character. Chris, on the other hand, reportedly found Natalie's perfectionism overbearing and disruptive. Tensions boiled over during the filming of a crucial romantic scene where Carly and Jessie confess their feelings during a snowstorm. The scene took over 10 hours to complete. An insider claims Natalie stopped midway and broke into tears. Chris threw down his script and walked away. That moment changed everything. From then on, the crew walked on eggshells. As if that wasn't enough, drama unfolded among the supporting cast. A real-life romance had bloomed early during filming between two lesser-known actors. But just 3 weeks into production, it ended. Badly. According to the hair and makeup team, one actor was seen crying in the trailer. The other refused to be on set if their ex was present. The result? Last-minute script rewrites, restructured shooting schedules, and several cutscenes that Hallmark never addressed. But sharp-eyed viewers noticed certain characters disappearing halfway through the movie. One-line producer later said, "We basically had to edit around their pain. We cut full subplots to keep the peace." But the most shocking part of this buried scandal came midway through filming, during what is now referred to among the crew as the snowstorm incident. It happened during an outdoor shoot in British Columbia. The weather had turned dangerously cold, and tempers were already frayed. The lighting rig malfunctioned, causing delays. Natalie and Chris reportedly had another heated exchange. Suddenly, Chris McNally disappeared. He left the set without a word. Production was halted. Calls were made. Search teams were organized. He returned almost 2 hours later, covered in snow, his phone dead. No explanation was ever given. He simply said, "I needed air." But the damage was done. Rumors of a panic attack, even a breakdown, began to spread. Some crew members were so shaken that filming was postponed the next day. Hallmark reportedly brought in a private therapist to quietly counsel the cast and crew, something the network had never done before. With so much turmoil, many believed the movie would never see the light of day. But Hallmark wasn't ready to let their winter crown jewel crumble. A new executive producer was brought in. Legal teams enforced strict non-disclosure agreements. Anyone caught speaking to the press would be blacklisted from future Hallmark productions. Several crew members mysteriously vanished from the final credits. Some say they walked away. Others believe they were quietly removed for knowing too much. One former production assistant said anonymously, "We were told to smile for press photos, pretend everything was fine, and forget what we saw." When A Winter Princess premiered in January 2019, viewers had no idea what had gone on behind the scenes. Natalie and Chris did no joint interviews. There was no premiere red carpet event, unusual for a Hallmark seasonal release. Their promotional photos were taken separately, then photoshopped together. Even in the behind-the-scenes footage shared online, the two stars are rarely seen together for more than a few seconds. The movie was a moderate hit, but the leads, they never worked together again. Now, years later, fans are beginning to piece together the mystery. Was A Winter Princess truly a feel-good romance, or a beautiful cover-up? And what other secrets still lie buried beneath the snow? Hallmark has refused to comment on any of the allegations. Natalie Hall and Chris McNally have both remained silent.